I've got a special project here, which is a 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner automatic with a 383 matching motor. I want to build this to a 450 stroker, but first we need to see what bore size it is. Go ahead, Leo, rip it apart. Welcome to Nick's Garage, and my name is Nick. In my shop here, we build a lot of classic muscle cars, especially American muscle cars. I've got a special project here, which is a 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner automatic with a 383 matching motor. It belongs to a client of mine that lives in Sydney, Australia, and bought it outright from California and had it shipped straight into my shop here in Laval, Quebec, Canada. The reason why is because he wanted to build more horsepower. My client, Theo, way out in Sydney, Australia, wants to build over 500 horsepower. So he wanted to keep the same original block. He didn't want to ship the car over with another engine on the side or a matching motor on the side. You know, we had plans of building a 440. So then we decided to build a little bit more power, or should I say 500 plus more power on the 383. And to do so, we have to build it as a stroker. So this is where I need to order a kit, stroker kit, to get this done. But before I order a stroker kit, I need to know what size the pistons are. Is it standard bore? Is it 30? I need to know what kind of pistons to order. So for that reason, we are here tonight to take off a cylinder head so I can make a measurement on the cylinder bores. But he's also got a list with it. We've also have a rammer hood coming in, which we had located one in San Diego. So the rammer hood is one option that he wants to install. Also a 6-pack, and also air conditioning, and a few tricks on the suspension, and maybe if I can, power windows. But in the meantime, the most important thing is I need to work on the engine, because lately I've been waiting for parts for a long time for a lot of this engine build up or car restoration, whatever I do. Been waiting for a lot of parts, so I want to get an early start. So now that I got the okay from the client to order what I need, so now Leo and I, we're going to take it off as soon as we can. So we're going to measure the bore so I can order the kit tomorrow. And you know, when you order a stroker kit, the only kit I found available was the 30 overbore size piston for a 450 cubic inch 383 engine. So in other words, we're stroking this engine out to a 450 cubic inch. So I'm hoping that this is a standard bore so I can order the kit that they have in stock. And I got to rush this, because if I don't rush it, it's like the people told me at the warehouse that first come, first served. Now, how many people building 383 strokers? I don't know. So we're here tonight with Leo, take off the cylinder, and I need to make a measurement so I can order this kit as fast as I can. Because, you know, and I'm hoping it is a standard bore. If it's not, if it's 30 over, could be very loose. I don't know. If it's 60 over, forget it. So I don't have the information right now until I take off the cylinder head. And there we have it, 1970 Roadrunner with the original matching number 383. Beautiful. It has an older restoration done a few years ago. I don't know how many years ago. Our job here is to build up another engine with a lot more power than it has right now. We did an older video on this and we had a hard time spinning the tires. But Theo told me, Nick, you know, I seen the video, great, but we really want to spin it. It is a Roadrunner. We really want to spin those tires. So, you know, after building a stroker engine, I'm sure we're going to spin those tires like crazy. Then we're gonna look at gear ratios. We're gonna maybe upgrade the transmission. We're gonna go through all that. You know, we're not doing a full restoration on this car, but he's asked me to look it over because, you know, he has to go through inspection. I've noticed that there's a few lights that don't work. Maybe the backup, the shifter is loose. The doors have a hard time opening on the driver's side. Whatever. He told me, you know, Nick, whatever you can do, fix it. So every little detail we need to fix. I want to make sure when he takes it back to Australia that it's a safe car and it passes inspection according to Australian laws. But in the meantime, we'll just get started on the engine and then we'll take it from there. so we're just about to get started. So Leo's gonna get the underhood lamp.
Yep.
And then let's get going.
You can see what we're doing.
Let's go.
Yep.
This is gonna be a pretty interesting engine build because, you know, I've never built a 383 stroker 450 cubic inches, but this is gonna be something. You know, you wanted to keep the original motor, matching number, and take it back home one piece, and whatever parts were left over with, we're gonna throw them in the trunk. But in the meantime, we want to save the original engine, put it back in, and we're gonna build it with more power and enjoy the ride when he gets it back home.
All right, Nick.
Okay, buddy. Let's go, Leo.
You got your side?
I got it. Go ahead.
All right.
I
Roughly
can
here.
turn it on from here. You got it? Okay, let's start by removing the air cleaner.
Yep.
And by the way, I drained the coolant.
Okay.
I've taken off the clamps on the hoses. And after that, and I've also loosened up the exhaust manifold. And after that, we're gonna start working on everything else. All I'm interested in is removing the intake manifold, exhaust manifold, and the cylinder head. And the push rods and rockers, of course.
I got a vacuum line still hooked up. There we go.
And by the way, this air cleaner,
The nuts there, okay, Nick?
it's not supposed to be gloss black. It's supposed to be a wrinkled black finish, just like my Kawasaki Challenger. Well, that's Theo. If he wants me to do a wrinkled black finish the way it came from the factory, if he gives me the okay, it will be done. Okay, Leo.
A few things here, eh? See that?
Yep.
Look at this wire is
Yeah.
It's
Not a
not
problem.
correct.
Okay, take off the breather. Take this off from here.
That's no good, eh?
Yep. Take it off. Take off the breather.
There we go.
All right, here we go.
The grommet came with it.
I'm gonna take off. Yep.
That's stiff. The grommet
Yeah.
came with it.
Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Put it over here. Throw everything on the table.
No, that's an old Holley carburetor, eh?
Yep, that's
Oh.
I believe it's genuine. Yep.
Wow.
Okay, it's the first time I'm looking at this engine right here. Okay, so let's take off the coil, get a 1/2 inch bracket.
1/2 inch screws.
Okay. All I need to remove is one cylinder head to measure the bore. That's all I need to do. Then later on, we are going to remove the engine completely, tear it apart when the kit comes in, of course. And then we get started.
Look at the paint there. They just overfumed.
Yeah, you know what?
It's not good, eh?
Well, I don't know what the... There's a few things here. Look at this fuel line. See this fuel line? Why? That's not normal. That should be a steel fuel line. You know what? Anyways, we'll go with the 6-pack when it's done. I've located him an intake manifold, which I just took, which I just bought from one of the last ones from Moroso Performance here in Canada, which was in Alberta. I had it shipped here.
It's funny how it's got a Chrysler coil on it, but doesn't have the right wires.
I just bought this intake manifold. Leo, this is what's going on this road under.
Is it? Nick, I got something to show you here.
What do you got?
You see this? See where the bracket is?
Yep.
Look where the wire is. Why would you put the wire underneath?
Well, it should be
Look at
on
that.
top. It doesn't matter. We're gonna do it the factory correct way.
That's it.
Don't worry,
That's
you
I'll do it our way.
you can remove the intake manifold.
Yep.
Take off the distributor cap. You can leave the distributor there. Take off the valve
Let me
cover.
get rid of the coil.
I've also loosened the exhaust manifold. I've taken out the coolant.
Okay.
All the hoses are loose. Just rip them off. But in the meantime, look what I just purchased for this 383 stroker.
Let's see it.
I haven't even opened it up yet. Let's see what we got. I called Chrysler and they found me the last one in,
The last
I
one.
believe, in Alberta. Let's open it up. From Moroso Performance, a lot of parts lately are becoming discontinued. So this is one piece that was stuck at a dealership in Alberta. And you know, Chrysler Canada, with all the dealerships are all connected with one another. And he found one located in Alberta, just one. And of course, he had it brought to me, delivered to my shop for this unique project we're working on right now. Here it is, Moroso Performance, right here. It better be a 6-pack, or should I say, it's a Plymouth, we call it a 6-barrel.
Wow.
check this out. Brand spanking new. There it is for a 383. Nice. It's got the distributor rotation. It's got the firing order. Elderbrock made them for Chrysler, and here we have one made out of aluminum because they were all aluminum for the 383s. They didn't come from the factory like that. The 6-pack did, 6-barrel did, 440, not the 383. But anyways, this is what's going on with the stroker. Then we have to get a special unique air cleaner. Oh, forget about making that wrinkle black. We're not going back with the same air cleaner. Forget that.
No, you're right.
Unless he wants me to do it, and then of course it gets delivered back to Australia in the trunk. We'll do it wrinkle black in the meantime.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get the intake manifold off and the cylinder head.
Electronic ignition, eh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there we go.
Here we go. That's it.
Move that out of the way.
Leave this over here like so.
Move that here. A lot of wiring in this car. For one car, man. A lot of wiring.
That's okay. We'll get it back. Here's another issue. Look at this. Try to show you this. This is a no-no. We have a power brake and a PCV valve connected as a Y connection, which is not correct.
You can't do that. No.
No. Look, power
That's
brake
not how it
goes.
works, man.
You see this PCV valve?
Yeah.
PCV valve has its own port on the
Yeah.
base of the carburetor.
But they don't do the same thing neither. They have
No.
completely different
So,
jobs.
yeah, the PCV valve should be right here in the front of the carburetor.
Yeah.
And the power brake vacuum hose
There should be a
is right
intake.
here on the fitting on the back of the intake manifold.
Yeah.
Well, this is how they have it, but you know what? We are not going to put it in that way. We're going to put it the way it came from the factory.
That's
okay?
not good, eh?
That's right.
Nick, are we removing the distributor?
If you wish, yeah, go right ahead. Take a half-inch key,
Well,
take it
what
out.
else? Now I got the wiring out of the way.
Okay, you do the valve cover. I'll take out the distributor.
Okay, no problem.
True, you know, sometimes, you know, you work with one item, then you find other items that need fixing, repairing. But, you know, I don't know how many people worked on it. You know, sometimes some people maybe worked with different type of brands of cars, and they're not gonna, like I know my Mopar is pretty good, and I know that that's not correct. But, you know, whoever did it did his own thing, or maybe copy some other manufacturer's ideas, but it doesn't matter. My main concern is when it goes back to the customer, it's done the correct way, the way the factory did it.
The valve covers have been painted not long ago, but the heads and the intake are all different colors.
Yeah, we have a different shade of orange on the valve covers and a different shade of orange on the intake manifold. But that doesn't matter. We're going to paint the whole engine when it's done.
Tells you a lot.
You know, it's an older restoration for what I see. How many people working on it? I have no idea. Could have been, you know, could have been anybody. What counts is when Theo gets the car back, whatever it is, the last ends on this end is going to be here from Nick's garage. So I got to make sure it's done right. Well, at least we got an early start on the 6-pack. Not again, sorry. It's a Plymouth 6-barrel. There we go. So we got an intake manifold. Okay, let me help you take off the intake manifold. Here we go.
I can pull the fuel line. Look at that. See that, Nick?
Yeah, I know. That should be tight.
That's the dangerous, eh?
Yeah, that would have caused a fuel leak, but it
So
doesn't matter.
you always tell me to
But
check our fuel lines.
I
so
know.
they're tight.
I tried to move it earlier, but you know what? We're not going with this carburetor after.
I know. Let's remove the valve cover.
Okay.
There, another one that's glued down, Nick. It's stuck. Nick, this?
Yeah, just tap it lightly, yes.
Wow. Come on. Jesus.
Leo, you know what this is?
I have no idea.
It's to separate a fuel line from a connection, like so.
I have never seen that before.
And see if it works.
Cool. Perfect.
Look what it does, Leo. Look what it does. See that? Look at that, eh? Look at that.
Separates it.
Better have no fuel coming out, hopefully.
Wow.
There we go.
That's an old gasket, man.
Wow, bring that out. Let's see that. Wow, it's dried up. Matter of fact, I did see an oil leak on the valve cover in the back on that side. But they've been replaced because look how clean it is inside. Well, let's take a look at the rockers right now. Since you've opened it up. Factory rockers?
Yeah, factory rockers from what I see.
Okay, good
I want
stuff.
to see if they're on right, eh? Remember? They all have a position.
Yeah, looks good.
That looks correct, yeah.
Okay, I'll get the distributor out.
Yeah.
This car, This car originally came with a single set of points, but somebody's updated it with electronic ignition right here. Chrysler electronic ignition, which is pretty good stuff. Here we go. And we're going back with the same unit.
Nick, you want me to pull the exhaust manifold or the
Yes,
rockers?
sir. I've loosened it up, but you can pull out the exhaust manifold. If you want, wait, pull off the heater hoses first.
Oh, they're torn, eh?
Yep.
Or is that?
Yeah, they're dried up. I'm throwing them out.
Okay, yeah, throw them out, yeah. They're no good.
You know what really surprised me? That this is an older restoration. Here, I want to show you something. The hose, the upper hose is hard as a rock. Look, there is no flex whatsoever. Look. Anyways, you know what? Does not matter. We're going to replace it. Even the heater hoses are dried up.
You want to cut them or?
No, I already got them all loose. There you go.
All right, move the wiring harness out of the way.
Yeah, just put on the side there.
There.
Okay.
I'll use the.
Yeah, well, don't bend them too much. Okay, don't close them. Don't close them. You know what happens when you open and close the ears? They break off. No. Don't open it once and leave it open until the job is done. Then we'll put it back and fold it closed.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna start taking off all the linkage here so that we can get the intake manifold off, like so. It's a lot of little pieces here, but no big deal. You know the tabs on the firewall. You don't want to damage the paint or re-weld another piece of tab on it. You got to keep it simple. Open it, remove the wiring, leave it open until the job is done, put it back in one more time, close it. Don't open, close. They're going to break and then it's a mess to do the job with the firewall already painted. So let's keep it simple.
Yes, indeed. You're right. All right, let's get.
That is correct.
Nice.
You got it? Okay, good.
Nice manifolds, man.
Yeah, I had it loosened up earlier because I wanted to drain the coolant.
I see what they did. See that? Like you see this?
Yeah,
the heat riser valve. They removed it.
Yeah, so they capped it off.
They blocked it. They welded it up.
You know,
that's okay.
It's okay. You know, if you're going to drive in cold days or winter days, you need it. But in this case, maybe it's a summer vehicle, like it was in from California. But you know, a lot of people have done that. They don't put back the heat riser valve, but you know, it'll still work. It's just that you have to give it more time to warm up. That's all. All right, let's take off the alternator. Take that bolt off. Take that bolt off. Good stuff. And while you do this, I'm going to remove the accelerator cable.
Yep.
Okay, 9 7/16. Like I was saying earlier, you never do a Y connection between a PCV valve and a power brake booster vacuum hose. It all should be separated at two different ports, one on the carburetor, one on the intake manifold. That is the correct way of doing it. Not like the way we found it here much earlier. Got that, Leo?
Yes, I did.
Yes, sir. Good man. Somebody got a different idea, but that's not the correct way to do it.
Now look, here's another thing, Nick, you won't like.
What's that?
You see how short the threads that go into the block?
Yeah, it should have been longer.
See that? So it's the wrong bolt.
It should be in a longer bolt.
See that?
Yep. Can we see that?
It's a jobber bolt.
That's okay. We'll get the correct length. We'll fix that. Don't you worry. Okay.
It's a little too short.
Now all we need is a 9/16 key. Rip off the intake manifold.
Do you want to select the rockers?
Okay, you do the rockers. I'll try to crack the intake manifold loose.
Okay.
Yeah, because we got to do that too. It's exciting when you work underneath the hood in one of these cars because you got tons of room, In many cases, no issues whatsoever. The only thing that bothers me is when installing a set of headers on a B body like this, especially from 66 to 70, depending what manufacturer headers you get, they are very, very tight to work with. But you know what? Lately, I'm sure they design better headers, because with this car, we're going with headers on it when it's done with the soaker engine. But you know what? We're gonna find out when the time comes. The same with Eugene's 440. He's got a 609 Charger 500 with a 440 with the aluminum head, and he's got a nice set of American Eagle headers. Are they gonna set up nice in the body? We don't know until the car gets here. Then we try it on, and hopefully it all goes well. Headers are great. Don't get me wrong. Headers are great. But when you've been working with cars all your life, installing headers like myself, there are times when I don't even want to see them. For example, cars come in here, and you know, most of them are equipped with headers. They ask you to replace the spark plugs. Some may be a pain in the ass. Sometimes you might have to do a starter replacement. Headers might be in the way, or a motor mount, or anything else, or a kick down linkage, or whatever, or a steering box, like we did with that Dukes of Hazzard car. You know, headers seem to be always in my way when I work in an engine bay. Anyways, you know, that's why I installed exhaust manifolds on a Kawasaki 440. And I love it. It's got exhaust manifolds. I will never complain. If I need more horsepower, I'll find it in another way, but I won't put headers on it. But in my clients, if they want headers, I'll go along with it. If people would ask me for a choice, if they're cruisers, they're not looking for crazy power, then you don't need for headers. That's my recommendation. Put that right in the valve cover there, Leo. You know, a lot of people say headers, there's no problem. Take a guy like me that's been working on cars for 50 years. Yeah, I would say 50 years now. Well, should I say 48, 47, 48 years? I've worked on with so many different cars. I have a right to say, yes, headers are a pain in the ass. But some guys, you know, maybe they only worked on 1 or 2 different cars of their life and they have no issues. And they're probably saying Nick is wrong. No. Guys who've been in my shoes will understand what I'm talking about. And sometimes it's not even an easy task to install headers on these cars. Anyways, or any other car. But you know what? When the time comes, we're going to find out when we install headers on this. Okay?
Push rods are nice and clean. Huh?
Okay. Yeah, don't forget, it's an older restoration. Yeah. The engine has been rebuilt. That is the reason why we got to take off the cylinder head. You want to make sure it's not overboard. So let's get going. You know what? What I like about working on these cars? They're all beautiful, man. Let me tell you, they're all so beautiful.
You know, but every day I get to work on these modern cars there.
Oh, look at this.
No room. Yeah.
This is something different, eh?
You got a lot of room. It's relaxing to work on something like this.
I just enjoy it. Let me tell you, this is something nice. I remember the other day we had to do a starter on a Cadillac. We had to remove the intake manifold, if I remember correctly. Am I right?
Yes.
I think it was a Cadillac. I'm not sure. That was a couple of years ago.
Definitely, yeah.
But this one here is so simple. Well, what more can you ask?
There we go.
Okay, we need a nice deep socket on that side to knock off the bracket for the accelerator pedal. Yeah. You got them all off? This one here. Here we go. And you guys, I know a lot of you guys are watching our videos, but you're not subscribed. So please push that button and subscribe. And don't forget to click the like button. It sure helps our channel. Thank you.
We removed the distributor and there's some washers here just hanging out.
You know that?
Look at
Why?
that. Look.
That's strange, eh?
Why is that there?
Well, that's funny. Here.
That's not correct.
Let's get a little magnet to pull them out. Here we go. There's one.
There's another one. There's another one there, a little one.
Here's another one. You know, it's funny how people just drop stuff and just let it be. One is for a coil and whatever the other one is. But in case one day you have to remove the distributor and something fell in, you know, that would be a
bad day.
Yeah, it could be a bad day. But anyways, you caught it. So we've got it out of there and we're going to build it from scratch.
Nick, you got all the bolts out?
Nope, not the last one. You want to get that last one out for me?
I can do it if you want. I don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead. Here. You do that, I'll get a pry bar. Then we get a 7/16 ratchet for the
baffle gasket. There's that one.
Wow, we have an issue here.
What?
This. What is that? What is this? Here's a heat hose outlet. And what is this? Something is fishy. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to go inside the car and see what's underneath the carpet or behind the heater box. Matter of fact, maybe somebody tried to install an aftermarket air conditioning. I'm not sure. You see that opening down there?
That's a really bad opening.
Yeah, that's not genuine.
That's not well done.
No, that's not original. Look at this.
Seems like very quick, you know?
You know what? We'll find out.
Look at the screws. Look, you see screws protruding through, Nick?
Yeah, there's something inside.
There's a plate, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take it apart and see what's going on. That's not correct.
That's no good.
And you know, we're having an aftermarket AC unit coming in here for the air conditioning.
But we're gonna do better than that.
I'm gonna have to buy the kit, bring it here, and make sure maybe it lines up there for some reason. Maybe somebody had AC in this car, had it removed. You know what? We'll find out. Let me get the kit and we'll take it from there.
I'll grab it.
Okay, crack it loose. Here we go. There's 8 bolts you're taking off?
I've got all 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. They're all off, eh?
Wait, let me double check.
There's only 8.
Yeah, it's loose. It's a silicone bit, eh?
No, it doesn't matter. You know, to each his own when they do these things. There you go. Okay, man.
Let me, can we come on that side? It's gonna be easier.
Go on that side, pull it out, and put it right on the table. There you go. It's all yours.
All right, here we go. Yeah.
You got it?
It's got some weight to it.
Okay. I'm gonna change the fender cover. We're not working on a Chevy. We are working on a Mopar. No, this is cast iron from the factory. You see that fitting?
Yeah.
That is for power brakes. From what I see, this car did not come from the factory with power brakes. It's got an aftermarket power brake booster. This fitting is genuine to the engine. So somebody's added the power brakes on this car and did not put the vacuum hose in the correct location. But that's our job to do it correct. Okay, we're just about to take off the intake manifold gasket. Go ahead, Leo, rip it apart.
A lot of silicone again, eh?
Oh, don't worry, we're taking it apart. Leo, don't use that ratchet, Leo. It's overpowered by the bolt.
Yeah, let me use a bigger one.
Okay, after that, we're just gonna break the bolts on the bolts on the cylinder head, and then pull it off. Then I get my vernier, just measure it quick, see what it is, standard bore. And then if it is so, tomorrow morning I'll order my pistons.
Let's hope, eh?
I like all these genuine brackets. Look at that, eh? Every piece has a purpose.
Yes, it does.
This is beautiful. This is what I like. And if I can still put it back on with the aluminum heads, I will do my best. Okay, take out the rear brace.
Yep.
Even these hoses, they're hard as a rock. I don't know why. Maybe because it came from California? Anyways. But that firewall there, I'm not crazy about it. Anyways, I'm gonna get to Theo and talk to him on that. I'm gonna get a chisel to crack the intake gasket off, okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Some more, yeah.
Yep, just put them over here, Leo.
But Nick, there's a bolt and then there's a washer underneath.
Why?
Why would they do that?
You know why? There's probably dirt in the threads and anyways, when we put that back, we're gonna...
We'll do it right.
That's right. Okay, let's get the gasket off. Here we go.
Can't wait to see what's underneath.
Oh, don't tell me they stuck it with a lot of silicone.
Nick, remember that coronet there?
Yeah?
They do this and they glued it on.
Yeah, I remember. Oh,
There we go.
It's not bad. It's
Not bad. Not bad at all.
There we go. You can tell that this gasket has been replaced. Not like the old 440 that Nicholas bought that we did a while back. This has been replaced. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. Next. Okay, you're gonna crack the bolts on the cylinder head?
Yep.
And after that, we'll find out what we got. Okay, do the honors, Leo.
Yep.
Crack it loose, buddy.
You're 11/16 if I remember, eh?
Yep, 11/16, that is correct.
Should I put the extension on or no?
No, you're good. You're good.
Just a socket?
You only use the extension when you need to. If you don't need to, don't worry about it.
Like this, is that okay? Or?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
okay? I
Go
guess it's a little...
What you might have to do is maybe tap this socket on the bolts, make sure you catch them good so you don't slip.
The paint. You know.
Go ahead, you start from the outside and go in, okay?
Yep.
My wild guess, after seeing an engine rebuilt like this, I wouldn't be surprised. It's got still the standard cast aluminum pistons, standard bore. I hope it does. I hope I'm right. Within a few minutes, we're gonna find out. And have they gone to an extreme overhaul in this engine? I do not know. Maybe, who knows? I just hope it didn't. Can't wait to find out. This is all the hardware we had removed for all the accessories, but boy, that gasket looks cooked, eh? Look at that. Core gasket, dry it up. Okay, we're gonna replace this for sure, I'm sure. I'm sure. Okay, here we go. For some funny reason, I don't know why the intake manifold should all be painted orange, but this one here, it's painted silver in the middle. Why? Maybe they unpainted it, but then again, as the engine works and the heat passes through the intake manifold, that paint burns here. So you could have just painted the manifold one piece with the engine. No need to tape it and go around it. It's going to do the natural look after a few miles running with the car. Factory Holley carburetor, I believe it is. I did not look at the number. But then again, this should be a steel fuel line going in here. But maybe this carburetor is not original. I don't think it is. It looks like it's original, but not with this fitting for 1970. No, that is not correct. They should have a fitting right over here. It's got the wrong flow bowl. Anyways, I didn't look at the number. I'm not gonna bother with that. We're not going with this carburetor setup after all. We're gonna go with the 6-pack. Again, my mistake. 6-barrel. God, I keep forgetting that. 6-barrel, but you know, everybody comes to my shop, they always say 6-pack, 6-pack, 6-pack. True. 6-pack's for a Dodge, 6-barrel is for Plymouth. Why did Chrysler do that? Anyways, I'm sure all our viewers understand when I say 6-pack, meaning 3 2-barrel carburetors. Right?
Something weird.
Some
of the bolts are very loose.
Yeah.
Some of the bolts are crazy tight.
Are you serious? Wow. Okay, let's
Like the outer ones are super, super tight.
all right, do the best you can, buddy.
The inner ones, they were not tight.
There we go.
Weird.
Yeah, doesn't matter. You know what? It is what it is, Leo. Don't worry about it. Here's the exhaust gasket. It doesn't look very old, does it? Okay, cool. Garbage. Theo, if you're watching, we are working on your car finally. I've got a few pieces on order here and there. Hopefully I get everything I can so I could deliver this car as fast as I can. And with the pandemic going on, shipping is stalled everywhere around the world. I don't know what to tell you. So let me do my best. I'll work on it as fast as I can, order the parts as fast as I can, and I'll do my best for you. Leo, how's it going, buddy?
Good, good.
Okay, we're almost there.
Man, some of those head bolts were tight.
You managed. You got it.
Wow. Man. Like the last guy who did this just, that's tight. That's tight enough. Let's make this one a little bit tighter.
At least it's not rusty and dirty sludge like the 440 took apart for Nicholas not long ago.
This big block is a lot cleaner.
Okay, I got my vernier just to make a fast check. We are looking for a 4.250 bore, which is a standard bore for a 383 1970. So I got my vernier, we'll take a quick look. I'm hoping it is a 4.250, but the only pistons I found available for this choker kit is a 4.280, which is a 30 thou overbore. So once Leo has removed the cylinder head, we're gonna find out the truth.
I got one more bolt left.
One more bolt. Okay. I also wanted to mention that when you guys, a lot of shops, when they do valve jobs, they do, some do not replace the core plugs. I wanted to say it earlier, because the core plugs sometimes may look good on the outside and be rusty on the inside. And before you know it, you install the head back on the car, and then if a core plug back there is leaking, there is no way in hell you're gonna change that core plug. Yeah. So that's why whenever you do a valve job, always replace the core plugs. Some shops do, some do not. So it's just a good knowledge to know that, you guys, okay? Very important. We also replace the core plugs on the block all the time. It's always a must. And if you guys can get brass core plugs, even better. Let's make some space. Always remember that. Leo?
Yep. I got just one bolt just hanging there, Nick.
Okay, you want me to crack it loose?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Okay, stay there. Okay, hold on and tight, okay? A moment of truth. Here we go. You got it tight? Put your fingers. You got it? You need help? Okay, take your time, take your time. Save your turn to carry it out in one piece, or else I'm gonna have to give you a hand.
Go slow.
You want to grab the back and grab the front? I just want to make sure we don't take out the cylinder head, then we drop it on the car. Never seen that, but I'm going to tell you something. Back in the alley, when I worked on my first car was my 383 Dodge Challenger. I had the hood off, had the 383 in the car. We had the cylinder heads removed. Then we had a beam with a long chain, and a friend of mine, one guy on this side, one guy on that side. That time we were in better shape. We were much younger, more muscular. We took the beam. Listen to this, Leo. We had the long beam, one guy there, with a chain on a short block with the pistons in, and we picked it up. And then we tried to carry it over here. And we had an issue. We couldn't go over the rat support. We had to go this high, but we couldn't do it. The motor was too heavy. So we ended up putting it back in, and we started putting logs on the floor. So when we picked it up, we went higher as we walked over the rat support. And that is one thing I'll never forget. I will never do that again. Let me tell you, it was a back-breaking thing. And we got the rat support scratched with the oil pan because it was pretty heavy. Hey, two guys, one on each side carrying a short block, it's not easy. Again, it was a 383. That was one experience I'll never do again, let me tell you. Oh my God, that was something crazy. Okay, you grab the back, I grab the front. You ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Okay. You're gonna, after that, whatever you say, ready? Go. Okay, I got it. Yep, let it go. First of all, it's supposed to have the 906 castings. Yes, they are. Genuine cylinder heads, 906. There they are. Okay. Now the big question. Ooh. Is it a standard bore? Let's take a look. Where's my vernier? Just look at it quick.
It's got the aftermarket gasket. Eh?
Let me see that.
Aftermarket head gasket.
Yeah. Here, look at this. I wanted to say something. This is... See, when you guys use this gasket, it's like 40 thou. I'm sorry. 40 thou. Wow, it's worn out. I use the steel shim, which is 20 thou. Mm-hmm. This is like a 44 thou when it's brand new. 45 compressed is about 40, 46, 47. Doesn't matter. We're not going to work with this. All right, let's measure the bore.
The honor is yours, Nick.
You see any markings on the piston?
I did not. There's quite a bit of carbon on them.
I'm just going to make a fast measurement. First of all, I feel no ridge whatsoever. Here we go. I'm going to come on that side. Here we go. Are we ready? 4.280. It's 30 overbore. Wow. 30 overbore. What do? We buy 30 over pistons, just on the cylinders, or do we go 60 over? But then again, there is no 60 over pistons.
There's no such thing as,
No.
60 over pistons.
Now, you know, if you want to use the same board, put new pistons, it might be too much piston to wall clearance. Well, this is a question that I'm gonna have to look into. First thing we gotta do is now, you know what you gotta do? Tear down the engine and make sure all the cylinders are nice and straight, which I doubt it very much. What's the piston to wall clearance with the new pistons? I do not know. And I know that the clearance is built in the piston, not in the cylinder.
Of course,
When it comes to piston to wall clearance. Wow, it's a 30 overbore. There you have it. It's a 4.280 bore. It is 30 over, so I was hoping it'd be standard bore, but it's not. So yes, this engine's been rebuilt before, and now it leaves me up with guessing. Do I go with another set of 30 over pistons with the stroker kit? Because that is the only kit I have available right now. And you know, starting to order things from scratch might take forever to get here. So this is a big question.
Nick,
Do I go with the 30 over pistons or not?
the crosshatch is quite a bit gone on the cylinders. Tells you they're worn out.
You want to bring me a light? Let me take a good look at you. If there's any crosshatch left over, I don't know. What a big dilemma. I was hoping for a standard bore, but looks like we don't have it.
All right, Nick.
Bring a light over here. Take a look right inside.
Look, you see?
Yeah.
There's nothing left, man.
There's no crosshatch.
They're glazed,
Yeah.
right?
You know, when you see when the cylinder's bored out, you see a crosshatch pattern. What you see here is nothing.
And you see how the cylinder is reflective?
Could be not only that, could be the cylinders are worn out, or who knows who did the job then.
It's glazed, man.
And from what I feel, there's hardly any ridge at all. Doesn't have many miles on it. I'm surprised it doesn't have the crosshatch on it. How about the ones in the back? Let's take a look at that back. Here we go. Come on. Look at that. It's like a mirror finish when it should have a crosshatch pattern. Right here.
Usually the mirror finish tells you there's a lot of idle, no?
Well, no, not really.
No?
I don't know what kind of finish they put on it. The thing is, my client, the reason he wanted to build another 440 to get more horsepower without stroking this engine is because he didn't want to bring the car back to Australia with another box next to the car. Shipping costs money, everything. So he says, Nick, let's make power with what I have. It is matching motor. Yes, he knows. People said, do not stroke it, leave it as it is. I do not know. But on the bottom line, it is the client's choice. So I'm gonna get back to Theo on this. I'll get back to him on it. Does he want to build as a stroker? Does he want me to build a 440? I've located a 440 for him. I could do whatever he wants, but that stroker kit, first thing I gotta do is see if I can find a 40 oversized piston. If I can get that, then I'll get it done. But in the meantime, I'm gonna wait and see what I can get on the market. So there you have it, tearing down a 383 partially to see what bore we have before we order anything for it. So now we know it's 30 over bore and it's not a standard bore. So now I know what to start to look for and get the job done. So you guys, thanks for watching us here on Nick's Garage. Hope you enjoyed it here on this beautiful 1970 383 Roadrunner convertible. And we have a long way to go. Thank you for watching. And you guys, if you look down below the video, we have a whole bunch of merchandise that you guys can buy. So whatever you like, buy it, love it, wear it, and enjoy it. And help spread the word of Nick's Garage. And if you have some time, check out our Patreon page. We have extra content and you guys can watch it and take it from there. And we'll see you next time.